doubling down with The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Lawyer man John Utterson swinging down the streets of London when his cousin Enfield started giving him the DL on a crazy-ass story. Brother like, yo, back in the winter, I peeped this shady cat named Hyde straight stomp a bitch just cause she bumped into him. Soon as I saw that mess, I told him he best throw a C-note her way or else me and this mob gonna turn this into a scandal. Hyde like, psh, fine, and oblige you, brother. But that check is signed by an uptown gangster with solid rep, which Enfield thinking is hella strange, right? Soon Utterson recognized that the name on the check is a client of his named Dr. Jekyll. So after grubbing at the crib, Utterson checked his files and learned that this Jekyll cat is leaving all his cheddar to Mr. Hyde. That don't sound right. Utterson decided to drop in on one of Jekyll's homeboys, Dr. Lanyon. But Lanyon say he ain't seen Dr. J's crazy ass since they had a beef about his bullshit research like 10 years ago. Utterson started scoping out a spot that Hyde been seen at. Boy creeping up on the house one night when Hyde rolls by. They conversate for a sec before Hyde ducks into a lab behind Jekyll's pad. After a dinner party at Jekyll's, Utterson asks him what the deal is with Mr. Hyde. But Dr. J just shakes that load off and say, hey, don't trip about that, baby. Nearly a year later, Utterson get word that somebody in town got iced. So he pay a visit to the police. Turns out Mr. Hyde done ghosted one of his old crusty clients. Utterson leaves the fuzz to Hyde's trap house, but dude ain't nowhere to be found. Utterson hit up Dr. J to get some answers, but Jekyll say, I don't f with that dude no more, man. He long gone. And hands him a note from Hyde saying he's sorry for all this bullshit. Thing is, though, both Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde got the same handwriting. For the next 2 months, Dr. J back to his regular self, but that don't last long. Soon, he don't let anyone come to his crib no more, and next thing you know, his bro Dr. Lanyon drops dead. Lanyon leaves Utterson a letter, but he ain't supposed to open it until something raw happens to Jekyll. What? Shit gets real when Jekyll's butler tells Utterson that Doc J done locked himself in that lab for months, and the voice on the other side of that door sure as hell ain't Jekyll's. Maybe he's been murked. So the two of them break the door down and find Mr. Hyde dead in Jekyll's clothes. From the looks of it, dude kills himself by sipping on some poison juice. Utterson find an updated will, a note telling him to read Lanyon's letter, and a confession from Hyde that's gonna explain everything. Utterson head home to read Lanyon's letter, which say he started losing his damn mind when he saw Mr. Hyde turn into Dr. Jekyll. The shock ate at his mind till it eventually put him in the ground. The second letter saying how Dr. J been turning himself into a nappy monster that bring out the dark side of his personality. That way, he can do crazy shit on the reg without no consequences. Doc Jekyll was having a good old time morphing into that gnarly beast till he started transforming in his sleep. Knowing this shit is way too cray to keep in line, the doc kicked the habit for a while. But when he started jonesing for them dark deeds again, he gave in, turned into Hyde, and murked that old geezer. After a while, Jekyll lose so much control that he started morphing into Hyde during the day. So he hit up Dr. Lanyon for some syrup to change him back. Sadly, Jekyll just kept transforming. Eventually, the brother couldn't find the legit goods to make the amount of serum to keep Hyde in check. Knowing that he's gonna be Mr. Hyde forever soon, he decided to off himself. His letter ended by saying he got a new will, leaving Utterson all his cheddar. So, this ended ain't all bad. Any literary OG will tell you Jekyll and Hyde is a primo example of gothic lit. It's packing everything you'd expect. Night scenes, shitty weather, vicious deaths, transformations, a creepy house with scurry secrets, and a freaky lab with more dark corners than a porno theater. God damn. But the darkest thing going down in this novella ain't even that. It's what Stevenson's saying about human nature. See, back in his day, scientists thought that one half of your brain repping a certain kind of personality and desires, and the other half repping the exact opposite. Righteous Baller Jekyll was smart, chill, and civilized, because that's what doctors thought the left side of the brain was like. Whereas Mr. Hyde is always coming out hard, getting all savage and shit, cause homies thought the right half was more primal and impulsive. Stevenson slanging images of animals to associate Hyde with that beastly side. This nappy scrub growls like a dog and throws his limbs around like a damn monkey. Perhaps it ain't even that he looks like an animal, but just that Mr. Hyde's soul is so evil, people just think he's a fiend. There is something more. If I could find a name for it, God bless me. The man seems hardly human. Something troglodytic, shall we say? Or is it the mere radiance of a foul soul that thus transpires through and transfigures its clay continent? Or maybe supposed to represent that OG beastie, that hater snake from the Garden of Eden. When he morphs back into Jekyll in front of Dr. Lanyon, he talks and hisses and even tries to fuck with Lanyon's head by appealing to his desire for dank-ass knowledge. A new province of knowledge and new avenues to fame and power shall be laid open to you here, in this room, upon the instant, and your sight shall be blasted by a prodigy to stagger the unbelief of Satan. Man, that boy might as well be the devil, tempting Eve to grub on that apple from the tree of knowledge. But Lanyon ain't the only dude that see a little hell in Hyde. Jekyll talk about his other half as that child of hell, and Utterson says he sees Satan's signature in Hyde's face. Damn, Hyde's mug is so janky, it's like he's straight up Bible-level evil. The real question we all got to ask ourselves is, are we all on the same struggle as Poe Dr. Jekyll? Are we all one drink away from becoming monsters? Maybe Stevenson's jam is a warning about living in denial. No one can keep that dark side hidden forever, so you should be true to yourself and recognize the good and bad parts. Only then can a brother truly find balance. You feel me? Yo, thanks for checking out Thug Notes. Peace, y'all. Yo, thanks for kicking it with me. And if you're looking to build a fly website to show off your skills, start an online business, or just share your ideas and creations, head on over to squarespace.com/thugnotes. Squarespace has got easy-to-use tools for you to quickly and easily make the websites you want. And they've got tons of award-winning fly templates to help you get started. You don't need to know coding or anything. And they're giving all you well-read ballers 10% off your first order when you use the offer code THUGNOTES. If that ain't good enough, Squarespace is hooking y'all up with a free 14-day trial so you can see for yourself just how easy it is. So go to squarespace.com/thugnotes or use the link in the description below to sign up today. And you'll get a free 14-day trial to test it out. Be sure to use the offer code THUGNOTES to get 10% off your order. Thanks to Squarespace for being a homie and sponsoring this video. And we've got lots more videos on the way. So go to our channel page, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe while you're there. Catch you